Hey there, my name is Nicole Lynn, and this is my channel where I talk about all things Disney, duh. And welcome to part 6 of Own Your Magic, my Disney College Program Application Tips series. So today we're going to be going over part 4, which is the web-based interview, and we'll be talking about what to expect and tips to help you pass your WBI. So let's go ahead and get started. Once again, friends, welcome to Own Your Magic part 4 of my 6-part Disney College Program Application Tip series. This series is filled with information to help you do better on your Disney College Program application process and ultimately get you accepted to the DCP. So along with this 6-day series, I will also be doing a 6-day giveaway. I will be giving away 6 $25 Disney gift cards. So I will be telling you all of that good stuff later, so make sure you stay tuned. But before we get into all of that, I do have a few disclaimers I need to go over for you, so just bear through those with me really fast. All right, guys, really fast, I just have 3 disclaimers I need to go through with you. So the first disclaimer is that I cannot guarantee you're going to be accepted to the Disney College Program. I sincerely hope these videos are helpful and these tips ultimately get you accepted, but overall, I just cannot promise. I wish I was like a fairy godmother. I could wave my magic wand and get everyone accepted, but I cannot, so just realize that this is not a guarantee you will be accepted. My second disclaimer is that I am not a Disney College Program recruiter and I am not associated with Disney College Program recruiting. These tips are based on my personal experiences, talking to other cast members about their experiences and things that have been posted on the recruiters' social media websites or on their personal social media accounts. And disclaimer number 3 is that the Disney College Program application process is subject to change at any time. So I'm making these videos in 2019. So if you are watching these like in the future, just make sure this information is still relevant. Okay, disclaimer's over. I also wanted to mention that if you are applying for the Spring 2020 program and you're on Instagram, please leave me your Instagram username below. Also, if you are starting a vlog, and let me know what your Disney vlog is. I will be more than happy to subscribe. I would love to follow along on your adventures, but return me the favor and go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'm posting new Disney content for you guys all the time. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe. So one last thing to mention is I know I said this is a 6-part series, but I would actually like to make a part 7, which is a question and answer video. So please let me know what your questions are about the Disney College Program application process, or what in these videos did I not go into enough detail about. Leave me those questions so I can make that part 7 for you. All right, guys, here we go. We are going over the web-based interview. Okay, first of all, if you have made it this far in the process, congratulations, you got your web-based interview. So you are, moving on up. This is awesome. And also I wanted to say, do not be afraid of the web-based interview. So many people act like it is like this scary, I don't know, like AP final test. Like, no, you are fine. You are here. I'm going to help you and you are going to rock your web-based interview and pass it. So some quick things that you should know about the web-based interview is that it is a pass or fail test. So basically Disney is going to send it to you in an email and you are going to have 72 hours to take it. Do not wait to take it. If you wait past that 72-hour mark, I'm pretty sure you're not accepted and you can't apply for the next program. So make sure that you don't have to take it right that second you get it, but make sure you are taking it within those first 72 hours, those first 3 days, so that you at least have a chance of passing it, which you will because you're here. Also, just realize that the web-based interview is basically like Disney's personality test. It's just to make sure that you have the right personality to be a Disney cast member. That's all it is. Some people, like I said, really freak out about it. And of course, it is possible to fail it. but you're not going to fail it because you're here and I'm gonna help you. Before we even get into all of this, because we are about to do a what to expect, so you guys know what is on the test and lots of tips to make sure that you do pass it. Number one rule to keep in mind for the web-based interview is don't overthink this. Do you see me clapping my hands? Do not overthink this. That is the biggest mistake people make for their web-based interview. They overthink it. It is not that hard. You can totally pass it. And the only reason you are going to fail it is if, one, you really don't have the personality to be a cast member and you shouldn't be applying for the program in the first place, or you overthink it and then you don't pass because you just didn't answer because you were just like freaking out and got in your own head. So like I said, we are going to go into what to expect. There are 4 parts of this test, and it is a time test. So that can add a little bit of extra anxiety, which we're gonna go more into here later. There are 4 parts, so I wanted to go over the 4 sections for you. So I believe you kind of start off with like general questions that are very repetitive from what was on your application. So they're gonna like ask some things like that again, and then you're gonna actually go into the test part. So also something I'm going to mention before I start going over these parts is that it gets easier as it goes on. Like you start with the hardest section and it gets progressively easy with each part. If you like start it and you're like, oh my gosh, and you're panicking, like I know I kind of panicked, I was like, this is really difficult and I don't know why this is so hard. It starts with the hardest and it gets progressively easier. So the first section is going to be a multiple choice section. It's going to give you 4 options and you are gonna have 50 seconds for each question, which I felt like was plenty of time. I actually kind of took the web-based interview twice because I prompted Daniel through his, and then I later took mine on my own. Because Daniel has test anxiety and asked me to prompt his. So I didn't like tell him what to answer, which there's really not a lot of time for discussion anyway. Like we wouldn't be able to do that. I kind of got to take it twice. So part 1, you get 50 seconds for each question, and it is a multiple choice section. So it's just gonna be like, kind of like hypothetical scenarios. Like if you see a kid fall and scrape their knee, do you 1, point your finger and laugh? Do you 2, go get a first aid kit? Do you 3, tell them a joke, make them feel better? Or do you 4, look for their parents? Like those would be your options, and you would have to answer to your best ability which one do you think it is. So it's like a lot of that. It's a lot of really hypothetical, and then it's a lot of, again, personality test questions. Like if I'm running late, do you 1, call and let them know? Do you 2, just show up late and apologize later? Do you 3, just not go at all? Or 4, I don't know, there would be a 4th choice. So you are, again, it's just like you're gonna make sure that you pick the best option. That's what section 1 is. So part 2 is going to be a linear scale. So you're gonna have 20 seconds for this one. And this is going to be a like strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly disagree. So you have 1 through 5. I will say that a lot of the questions that are asked in part 1 are going to be asked again in part 2. It's just like a rephrasing of the question. Part 3 is really just kind of about you, and this is like a personality, like roommate. Like how will you do as, like, first of all, like what is your nature as a person? What would you be like living with? Type of a thing. So it's again going to be a linear scale. You're gonna have 20 seconds for each question, and it's going to be like, doesn't describe me at all, doesn't really describe me, neutral, kind of describes me very well. Like that's 1 to 5, and it's just questions like, I am friendly, I am trustworthy, I enjoy talking to people when I meet strangers. Like it's gonna be stuff like that, which again is very much like a roommate quiz type of feel. So, but again, it gets easier. This section is like significantly easier than the previous 2. And then part 4 is the easiest, and this one is all about Disney College Program questions, and it's going to be on a linear scale one more time. So you have 20 seconds, and it's going to be, I am least excited about, I am less excited about, neutral, I'm excited about, I am most excited about. And it's just gonna be like, I'm excited to meet new people. I'm excited to learn and network from Disney employees. Like, it's just going to be something along those lines. They're all about the Disney College Program. I'm excited to meet people from all around the world. I'm excited for free classes that are offered. Like, it'll be, I think there's like 12 questions like that, and they're all about things you're excited about the Disney College Program, and you just rank how excited you are. Okay, so we've gone through all the sections, and now I'm going to tell you 3 things that you really need to keep in mind throughout this process. They're going to pretty much apply to all of the sections. And so you need to do 3 things during your web-based interview. The first one is you need to be calm. So that has a lot to do with that, like, overthinking things. And that is just that you are calm, you are chill. This is a personality test in a lot of ways. So just kind of, you need to follow your gut, what feels right and what feels natural, and like, that's what you should go with. And when you start overthinking it, and when you start freaking out and being like, oh my gosh, this is really hard, I don't know what the right answer is, that's when you get yourself into trouble. So just be calm. You're smart, I know it. And so again, just following your gut, especially on that first section, that multiple choice one, that one can be a little confusing, because I feel like on a lot of the questions, there are usually like 2 answers that seem really good, and then like there's usually like that one really obvious one that's bad, but then there's kind of like 2 that you're going between. So just do what feels right. Honestly, like, you probably are right on your first instinct. So another one that you need to keep in mind is that you need to be strong. And not physically strong, but like I said, 3 of these sections are on a linear scale. So you are basically putting 1 through 5. I recommend for majority of the tests, you are either staying in that 1 or you are staying in the 5. You are either strongly disagreeing or you are strongly agreeing. I don't recommend staying in that 2 or 4 section where you just agree or disagree. Like, sticking with those stronger ones most of the time is going to be in your benefit, and also avoiding that neutral as much as possible. The only reason you should put neutral is if you really don't understand the question. I know I did it for one question because it was phrased really weird and I didn't know what it meant. And I would say give yourself 3 strikes. You get 3 neutral strikes, and after that, at least pick a 2 or a 4 if you're just really not sure. But it is important to be more on the strong side. Just be really passionate and be like, I either strongly agree, strongly disagree. So be strong. And then the final, like, really big thing to keep in mind throughout this is to be consistent. So I kind of briefly mentioned it before, but you are going to see, especially between section 1 and 2, you are going to see a lot of questions repeated, and they're just kind of rephrased. Like, one will be like, I am always on time, and the other one will be like, I am never late. So you have to be consistent. So if you say that you are always reliable, you are always on time, you are always friendly, you have to say that every single time. You can't be like, I am always on time, and then over here be like, I'm not always on time. Like, I'm sometimes late. Like, that it shows inconsistency, and that is another reason you will not pass it, is if you are not consistent. So the I am always on time question, that's a really good example of like, you can overthink something, because as a person, I'm sure you are not always on time. And I remember one question was like, I'm always on time, I am sometimes late, but usually on time, or I run late a lot. Like, you want to say that you are always on time, because of course we know things happen, life happens, you are not always on time, but you need to say that as a cast member, I am always going to be on time. And like, that's how you should treat these questions. It's not a general life rule. It's like, when I am a cast member, I am always going to be on time. When I am a cast member, I am always going to be friendly. That type of thinking. Like, pretend Mickey Mouse himself is asking you these questions. How would you answer these questions for Mickey Mouse? So those are the main things to keep in mind. So we know the main one is don't overthink this, but then the other 3 are be calm, be strong, be consistent. And if you do all of those things, you are going to pass this. All right, guys, as promised, we are going over this 6-day giveaway, yay. So along with this 6-part series, I am also going to be doing a 6-day giveaway where I'm giving away 6 $25 Disney gift cards. Yes, that is right, 6 opportunities to sign up for this giveaway. So every day you will have a chance to sign up, and it's super easy. all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, which why wouldn't you? And go ahead and hit that bell so that you guys can get notifications about my future uploads. And then once you're subscribed, you're gonna go into the comments and you're gonna let me know what your favorite tip from today was. I love knowing if these tips are helpful for you guys, so tell me which tip did you think was the most helpful and you're gonna use to pass your web-based interview. And make sure that if you're signing up for this giveaway, give me a way for you to contact you, whether that is a social media platform, an email address, because if you win, I wanna let you know. So don't forget, you have 6 chances every single day to sign up for this giveaway, and you'll only win once, and you guys have till the end of the month. So at the end of August, I will be selecting 6 winners, and I will DM you guys, let you know. And yes, so super exciting. I do have more notes for you. So just things to keep in mind is that, of course, when you are going to take this test, first of all, you need good Wi-Fi. I've heard some horror stories of people, like, as they were taking the test, like their Wi-Fi went out or something. And just make sure wherever you're taking this test, you have a reliable Wi-Fi network. I mean, I know things happen, but still, like, hopefully wherever you are, like, if you know in your dorm room you don't have good Wi-Fi, don't take it in your dorm room, go to the library. Another thing is that you need to make sure you have time to take this test. I think when I took it with Daniel, prompted him through it, it took us 40 minutes. When I took it by myself, it took me 20. I would say, which again, it was faster because I'd already taken it, like I'd seen it before. I would say give yourself an hour. That way you have more than enough time to take it. I would also say make sure that you are obviously somewhere that you are not going to be distracted or where like you're gonna get pulled away, because once you start it, you cannot stop it. And again, it is timed, so you don't want to be somewhere where someone's going to randomly come up and start talking to you and you're going to run out of time on your questions. And if you are somebody who has test anxiety, my husband, that is why it prompted him through he has test anxiety. If you personally feel like you struggle with tests, and especially like when you're on a time crunch, ask a friend, ask a family member to prompt for you. There's nothing wrong with that. And anything that makes you feel better or more relaxed about the situation is going to be helpful and make you more successful. So another tip is that it's going to be like where you click the little circle next to the answer, and that answer does not submit until you hit the submit button in the corner. That's how it was both times I took it. So if you are reading, like, let's say that, especially in that first section, it's multiple choice and it takes you a minute to read through each one. Let's say you get to the second answer, you think that sounds like a good answer. Go ahead and click that second one, and then you start reading through the other ones, and let's say you've run out of time, like you didn't read it fast enough and those 50 seconds are over. It looks like to me, as long as you have clicked one, it automatically moves on, but it will, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it probably submits it. So it's likely better to have something than to not have anything and just it not count. So I got in the habit of, if the first 1 or 2 sounded good, I would click one of them, and then if later 3 or 4 sounded better, I would click that one and submit it. Anyway. Okay, so the last thing I have to go over for you guys is just some difficult questions on the web-based interview that have been known to trip people up. Some questions that kind of make people nervous are ones where you have to basically talk yourself up. So it'll be a question like, I am very friendly, I am very reliable, I am super nice, I don't know. So for those questions, always go with the best answer, like saying that you are reliable, that you are friendly, that you are like on time. Whatever those things are that sound really braggy and make you like you're talking yourself up, yes, absolutely make yourself sound good. Again, this is a test to basically say, hey, what type of cast member are you gonna be? You wanna sound like you are an amazing cast member. I will say that on the roommate section, it probably doesn't do you a lot of good to sound like you're very introverted. Because first of all, me right here, hi, I'm an introvert. I actually kind of enjoy and appreciate quiet alone time. If I have met people for the first time, like if I'm a stranger to you, I may not initiate a conversation. If you start talking to me, I'll be friendly and I'll talk to you, but I'm not always great about like starting conversations. And I think the main difference between an extrovert and an introvert is not so much like how outgoing you are, but it's actually introverts, they feel like they get more energy from alone time, whereas extroverts feel like they get energy from being around other people. So I'm an introvert. However, I did not answer questions like I was an introverted person because I knew to work at Disney, I was going to have to be comfortable talking to strangers, meeting new people, and obviously answering guest questions and stuff like that. And in your cases, a lot of you are going to live with roommates, so you need to sound like you are comfortable living with people you've never met before. I would just recommend that when it's asking you questions, you don't have to come across as a super bubbly, outgoing person, because if that's not you, don't be fake and don't lie. But at the end of the day, if you sound very antisocial and like you're not friendly or outgoing, it is going to be a problem, because working in the parks, you are going to deal with guests all the time. So you need to be comfortable with that. So you need to sound like you are extroverted. So one question in particular that really throws people off is, I like to party. I believe that is in section 3, the roommate section. Just so you know, when Disney is talking about a party, they are not talking about like a college kegger where you're playing beer pong. Like, they are talking more like Move It, Shake It Dance Parade or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, like that kind of party. Do you like having fun with your friends and guests in the park? That is what they're referring to. Do you like to party? So don't think that's a bad thing. It's a good thing in Disney terms. And then another tricky question that throws people off is, am I looking forward to being away from my family? That is in section number 4, where you are ranking from I'm least looking forward to and I'm most looking forward to. When I took it, I said I am most looking forward to, which by the way, for every single one of those questions in that section, I answered I am most looking forward to, which again, don't overthink it. Don't think, oh, I said I was most looking forward to this, but now they're asking if I'm most looking forward to that. So if I say yes to both, am I lying because I'm saying I'm most looking forward to both these things? No, they just want to know how excited you are about the Disney College program. Like I said, for that last section, I'm pretty sure I answered I'm most looking forward to every single one of those, because I was legitimately really excited about the program, looking forward to those things. The reason they ask, are you looking forward to being away from your family, is because they want to make sure that you are not somebody who is going to be homesick. They deal with people leaving too early because they are homesick. So they are trying to see, hey, is this somebody who does okay when they're away from your family? And I know it sounds kind of rude, like, yeah, I'm real excited to get away from these crazy people I'm blood related to. Like, that's not what that means at all. You should probably put that you're excited to be away from your family, because I know it sounds bad, but that's not what it means in Disney terms. It means, are you excited to start a new adventure and try new things? Yeah. Okay, so I believe that is everything I have to tell you about the web-based interview. And again, just guys, don't overthink it. You are going to be amazing. Don't let it scare you. You will be amazing. So if you pass your web-based interview, you will get to schedule a phone interview, which is what we're gonna go over tomorrow. So don't forget to join me tomorrow, and I will have plenty of what to expect and tips for you about the phone interview. Don't forget that tomorrow you will also have a chance to sign up for the 6-day giveaway. So why wouldn't you be here? And remember to sign up for the giveaway today. Subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment letting me know either what your favorite tip is or ask me a question about the DCP application series. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to have you here on my channel, and don't forget to like this video, give me a big thumbs up, and if you want to get more videos about the Disney College program, Disney content in general, go and hit that subscribe button. I am sending lots of luck and pixie dust your way through this entire process. Thank you guys so much for watching, and always remember, own your magic. Bye.